Good evening. How are we doing, guys? Welcome. Right, it's the monthly roundup of our stream, so it's Hope Valley again. We're starting at around the Slade Junction area, it's just ahead of us. We're going to go to Sheffield via Stockport, so again, you're going to see some new stuff. Not showing Manchester Piccadilly just yet, as it's not quite finished yet. And as well, just ignore there's still some wiring missing currently on this little bit here. The wires do begin just at the junction, so you'll see that in a moment. So route is still work in progress. Very nearing completion now, which is a good thing. Um, Hopefully, maybe next month we'll be able to show you, give you some more information, a lot more information. If you've been on the website on the development stuff, you'll have seen there has been further detailed specs added to that page. I know some people have seen it, and I think a few people actually messaged me saying they've seen it as well. So well spotted if you have. If you haven't, go to the development page. There's loads of information, all to do with the scenarios and little bits of like key information about the route and sort of landmarks and all that sort of jazz. So it's always worth a little read up if you're not overly sure what this route brings. Um, this is one of the scenarios, of course, coming with the pack. We're on Class 185 this evening. It's a Manchester Piccadilly Cleethorpes service, which is 1 Bravo 68, I think it is, top of my head. And that is what we've got this evening. So I'm not going to storm along the scenario. I'll take it nice and easy so you can take it all in and you can at least see everything along the way. So any questions as well, fire them over. I will do my best to answer as much as I can, as usual. Good evening, Jack. Keith, good evening. THFD, THG, hello. Although he wasn't the first, unfortunately. He might have been the first on YouTube or Facebook. Good evening, though. Astroarius, good evening. Pugs Not Drugs, good evening. Who else we've got? Round Knight and Josh, good evening. Underground Gary and Matthew 5774. You've got Guardian Len, good evening. Ross, good evening. Aaron Thomas, just from Northerner as well, good evening there. Also over on Facebook, thank you for the follow there. Jack Hales as well. And Mr. Salt22 at Twitch, thank you for the follow also. Hope we're all well. Silver Skippy, good evening. Good to see you. Good evening, Matty's 112. How are we? Good to see you. So, you've not missed anything. Anyone that's just joined us, I see the numbers just shot up there, so we are literally just beginning. So Slade Junction is where we are at currently. I won't pause again, we are waiting the road as well currently. For Pendolino, which is just on its way. One thing to note, you will notice that the Pendolino is not in a van delivery. We are using the original S9BL 390, mainly because it's a cheaper requirement for you guys. Rather than us using West Coast Main Line South, obviously a more expensive requirement, we've gone for the cheaper option for our scenarios. So we've got a good old Virgin LMS livery, bit of retro. It's mainly just at least we have Pendolinos in here, otherwise we could have put Voyages all over the place. We wanted to at least have Pendos in there. Cleethorpes, it'd be nice to see it in, but it's a long way to Cleethorpes. No plans on that as well either at the moment. There we go. So as you see, some bits around here are still not quite tied up. The main scenery literally begins just as we get to the junction. It's just an easier place for me to start the stream with it being at a red signal. Hello THFD, THG. So we're going to go through some new stations this evening. Stations such as Levenshulme, Heaton Chapel, Stockport, Davenport, Woodsmore, Hazel Grove as well. We're making one pickup here at Stockport and then another one at Sheffield also. So line to the right, Slade Junction is the one that goes towards Manchester Airport, Style and all that lot. So we're crossing over from the off the slow onto the other slow, if you will. So it's the stagger over. It's a bit of an interesting junction, that, especially for making scenarios. It took us a bit to get our head around how it all worked. It's probably quite a complex, one of the most complex junctions I've had to work with in this sort of area. So we'll have a look at the stations along the way as well. As the next stream we have will be going along the other part, which we haven't shown you just yet, which is where it turns off at Ardwick Junction, goes through Ashbury's and all the stations along that line. So again, this is 11 June. You'll have seen some pictures on our, I think possibly the latest in development blog we did. Yeah, there was some fireworks. I think there was a firework. Who sets fireworks off at this time of year? Idiots. So yeah, another lovely station to the route. There's so many interesting little quirks to the stations along the whole of this route, on both directions. There's all sorts of cool bits of artwork as well, plastered all over them. Yeah, they're really, really cool. So if there's anything again that you want to see as well, let us know and we will do our best to point bits out. Do note everything is still work in progress, subject to change. Things may change between now and release. There's also a cool little there's a little market down here, which we thought was a really cool little addition that the developer put into this. So if you want to get yourself some plants or some fruit or even some suitcases, you can get yourself down here and get yourself a bargain. So another one with this station is there's some really, really interesting signage. I think this one's to do with like the deaf community. So there's loads of sign language signage and stuff like that. Obviously that says 11 June sign. If you when you do come to get the route, you can read all the stuff here as well. It tells you all about it, so you can sort of learn a bit along the way. And there's all sorts of stuff going on. So it's a bilingual stuff going on as well. There's some really, really interesting little features. So that's 11 June. Going past the McVitie's factory in a moment as well. If you want some biscuits, put your order in. So McVitie's biscuit factory is on the left hand side coming up. Just loading Stockport's towel there, don't worry about it, it's all good. So, I'm just going to ease off of the power. Matties, we'll have a look into going south from Leicester towards Market Harbour stuff. We've spoken about it. Currently, however, we are busy with other stuff in-house, especially tied up in Trains and World at the minute. So never say never. It's just at the moment we've just got no plans just at the moment on it. Yeah, so that's McVitie's factory on the left-hand side there. If you want some bickies, there's your place. No station announcements on this one because obviously the 185 hasn't been set up for this route, so hopefully at some point down the line we may see that implemented to support the route. That would be down to Alan Thompson to sort that. That's obviously it's their stock, so obviously once they have all things, they'll be able to sort of coordinates out hopefully, so they can add maybe some extra stuff. Who knows? That's down on them. This is Heaton Chapel, so again another station we have shown off in the screenshots, a couple of angles, another lovely little station. Just got the train out of the view there and we'll take a little look around. When did we start making Train Sim World content? Early this year. We started working on it. Again, some lovely bits and little features like the old signage here as well. More artwork on the other wall over there. My favourite feature of this station is the little wooden train on the viaduct. Obviously that is little mock-up like a little Stockport viaduct over there. I think it's an absolute cool thing. Especially for screenshots, you can sort of square it in really well. No, Peak Forest is not included on this. That would be a totally different kettle of fish. Again, it's another add-on in itself if it was to ever come. Again, some more artwork down there. It's really, really cool. You can obviously... This is the entrance. You can actually travel through up here onto the road level as well. Station building. Other side as well. You can actually go down the stairway. Again, I think we've shown you loads of stuff already. However, though, there's loads of different bits of posters as well. There's just so many unique bits and pieces. We shall move on. Matthew, yeah, 185 actually featured in all scenarios for this route, more or less, pretty much all. Oh, there we go. Evening, Willow. How are we doing? Oh, you was doing the announcement, Becca Paul. No, no problem. It's good to have someone do the announcements for this evening, as we haven't got them for us. We've got a Norwich, Liverpool service there just going past. So the line coming in here at Heaton, is it Heaton Norris? I think this is Heaton Norris box. Heaton Norris, that's the one. Yeah. So the line here is where is it the once weekly parliamentary service that goes off in that direction? Is it Denton? That goes off in that direction. Scenery is only so far. I don't think it'll be fully scenery, even though it does cross back over the other line that goes over Reddish Vale and all that way. I don't think that'll be fully featured because it's not really part of the route. It's more of an AI feeder in. Icarus, good evening. So a lovely huge signal box there dominating the view here at this junction. Electric trains to stop here. Evening Ubica. Evening Ryan. Earl sidings and the Hope Cement Works is definitely included. We'll see them in a bit. If you've been really realistic, we wouldn't go past it. Well, we can't go past Sheffield anyway because there's no more routes. So yeah, it could actually be quite realistic. Ryan, what we're looking at, we are on Hope Valley, so we're doing between Slade Junction, Stockport and Sheffield. We're just approaching Stockport now. Just heading over the viaduct. Cheers, Ryan. The bus station just down in the bottom of the viaduct there. We'll take a good look around here in a moment. Evening 125. When is this due? Quite soon. Not far now. We should have a lot more information for you next month. There's just a little bit left to do into Piccadilly now. Between Longsight and mainly between Longsight and Ardwick Junctions, just stuff to be tidied up there now, really. So it's coming towards that end and handover to us now. Then we'll do our initial just checking things over, making sure everything's ready for the release, really. We've got some grime on the viaduct. I don't know where the stopping point is on the somewhere around here. I'll stop here. The bus station's no longer there, isn't it? So we're in 2018 era, so just give the game a quick pause here for a moment, just to take you for a look around the station at Stockport. So you'll have seen screenshots of it over the time. I think we've shown it in sort of like the early days of its development, then we've also shown it off, and obviously it's more of its completed guys. So this is Stockport number 1 box as well. There's one at each end of the station, so there's obviously number 1 box is there, and then also at this end you've also got box number 2 hidden away on the side there. One of many signal, two of many signal boxes, shall I say, loitered around the route. And you've got some sidings over here as well. I like the 319s going up Blackpool. I mean, I don't really get up there very often these days, but you know, I live up the road from the station. It's just all it's all 195s and 331s, which are just literally the same trains. One's got an engine, one's got a pantograph. But yeah, there you go. That is your view to Stockport. I'll show on this side as well. Very vast area. You've got the pyramid over there. Oh, someone asked me a few strings back about the pyramid, and I wasn't overly sure at the time what it was or where it was, but there it is, the pyramid. So if you are that person who was in the stream, I cannot remember who it was, there you go, it is there. Got the Hat Museum as well, I think it's there. There you go, Hat Museum. Sounds like a good day out if you're into hats. It's where the pyramid schemes are ran. Do you have the hotel near to the station as well? Let's have a look. Anthony Wilson, good evening. Also Phil Needham, how are we guys? Icarus, thank you for the follow also on Twitch. So we've got the NCP car park. We've also got the Holiday Inn Express there. And we've also got a Travelodge somewhere loitering around over there as well as Regent House. There's also, what else was there? There's no something else. The old LNWR company warehouse there as well, which I think is now storage. But obviously that was once railway related. It's just now been converted into a storage building. Hello, Oscar. It's on with the pyramid. It's literally in your line of sight, so it had to be there really. I think if we didn't add it in, it would have been questioned as to where it is. So it is there, and it was actually there way before I even mentioned and asked it. Because obviously when I was asked it on the stream, I didn't quite know what it was, and I asked the developer. He said, "Oh, it's there. It's in." I was like, "Brilliant, sorted. That's that question out of the way then." So hitting Norwich was just back there as well, Oscar. So obviously we've gone past that now. But so if you do, of course, want to see that, you can watch back on the VOD as well. You can catch any bits you missed. J. Luke, good evening. Thank you very much for the follow. How are we? Francesco Benton, good evening. Benetton, sorry. This is platform 1 and 1B. Platform 0 on the left. I said it wrong, it's Benetton. It was meant to be Benton. I said Benton, sorry, it should have meant to be Benetton, I do apologise. It's because it's dead small on the other screen, so I've got to like, get my binoculars out to read it. So off into the cutting now. So we're going to be diverging off in a few moments on to the left. Then we're going to head towards Woodsmoor, Davenport, Hazel Grove. Ignore these signals, there's a gantry still to be put in here yet, which is being worked on. Evening Jake, how are you doing mate? Got another signal box, so another one at Stockport, which is Stockport, it's Edgeley number 2, Edgeley Junction. We are just leaving there, yes, so we're just about to turn off. So lines that you have here, so you've got a line to the right which goes towards, I believe, is it Northern and Altrincham and all that sort of stuff. If you continue onwards, it'll take you eventually to Crewe as well. I think also eventually at Macclesfield Way, Stoke-on-Trent. So I'll get my bearings around here. There's another signal box, which is Edgeley Junction number 1. It's 30, sorry not 30, it's 25, it was 30 if you're carrying on, 25 to the left. So it's quite a tight curve around here. Crewe and Stoke, that's it. I start getting my bearings more when I start getting routes going these ways. I've never been. No, I've been once. I think I might have travelled coming into Manchester once. That one, Pendo, many years ago. Chester line far right, yeah. I could just get my map out. I've got my rail atlas on the back of my monitor somewhere. Splits off at Cheadle-Hulme, which is left the town of Macclesfield and Wilmslow and Crewe on the right hand side. I know where Wilmslow is. Been there many times. Used to deliver double glazed windows to Wilmslow many years ago. In another life. same again. We'll go past these stations. We'll take a look at them. Stopboat crews needed. There's many places that are still needed, Aaron. There's many more. So again, we'll stop here. So this is Davenport Station. It's 40 down this whole stretch now to Hazel Grove as well. So it's quite a little bit of a slow sprint down this one. So again, you'll have seen pictures of this. Needed or wanted. So again, all these little entrance exits that you can have a little whiz round to. Fortunately, I looked at them thinking the roller doors are down, but they're not. It's the brick wall. Preston to lead it. I could actually vouch for that one. That's a lovely line. I like that line. So we've got Woodmore coming up shortly. Quite close together, these stations, this little section of route. You've got the crossing here as well. And then the station coming up. Lime Street, Norwich merge needed. Don't think you could do that really, could you? There's Woodsmore. I mean, you couldn't... Where would you be merging Norwich on and to and from? Because there's nothing in between. I don't know. I think it's because of the crossing, potentially. I'm not overly sure, though. Loads of artwork from the local schools there. Evening, Barry. No worries at all, mate. Good to see you. So again, quite a small thin platform these as well. It's sort of they've done on the like wooden planks, like the boards on stilts. J-Luke, cannot share that information with you currently, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to. It's still quite early in development. When that time comes, we will pass that information along with you. Unfortunately, we can't go blurting it out because we've got to go through DCG. But when that time comes, I'm sure it'll be worth the wait and all that. Hopefully, it'll be something that'll be very much of interest to all. Got Stepping Hill Hospital as well to the left hand side there. Racing 150, 130 would be nice if the route via Romley and Guybridge was... yeah, it's one of them as well, really. Adding that again would put development time on a lot more than what it already has been. It'll probably looking at bumping up costs even more because it'll cost more to build. So unfortunately that section hasn't been put on with this. It may come in the future. Who knows? So you've got a couple of turnback sidings there as well at Hazel Grove. So services can go in there and then reverse in here to wait the time out, and then they go back into the platform and then continue back to Manchester. There is actually a scenario that does that as well, which is included with the route. I think it's 2H11. It's a 319 working, which is you start off in the sidings, come to the station, turn back, then doing all stations. I think stopping service to Piccadilly. So this is Hazel Grove. Have the OHLE stations got saleable versions yet? What do you mean? 125 minutes city with that. So this is Hazel Grove Station. Oh, scalable versions? No, we don't build scalable. For the most part, I think possibly the like the masts and stuff may be scalable. maybe some bits and pieces, but stuff like this, no scalable bits like that. I don't think, as far as I'm aware. We basically had stuff. We just build stuff to what we need, so we'll build it to the sizes we need. If there's anything we need that fits in a specific area, we make sure it fits that specific area. But I think if anything, it'll just be these that go across the gantry bits. You may be able to scale them. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I've used the OHLE kit from the JT library. I last used it on the Nottingham-Lincoln route. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the node, isn't it? It's the wiring node. So if it doesn't have the wiring node on it, then you would be able to scale it, but because it has to fit to that specific piece, you can't. What was I going to show you? On the other side, wasn't I? So, car park area as well. Quite a big footbridge there. You can go up it as well. No, sure, don't go around here and find something I shouldn't really be seeing. it all worked fine, that was alright. Right, anyway, Hazel Grove. Where's the JT bus? There's a JT buses, load of them at the, what do you call it? The buses are at Stockport, I know that much. So this is the code, so going on was down there, will take you towards Buxton. The line coming in and from the right is the freight, I think it's the freight route that goes to Northenden. Have I had a hand in this? I've had bits and pieces in this route. I've not done any scenery. Bits I've done, I've worked on the scenarios alongside with Mark. I have done some bits and pieces to do with the track, like just fixing bits and pieces and sorting speeds out and all that sort of stuff, fixing broken like block point work basically. I've just been doing minor bits and pieces alongside where needed. Other than that, yeah, it's not really been in our hands as much in-house. It's been done outsourced. Blackpool Tramway. I was working on Blackpool Tramway. It was potentially going to be coming with JT at some point, but unfortunately, it's been has been shelved. It was a project that I brought with me when I first started at Just Trains. Did quite a lot on it, but unfortunately, it would have cost a lot in terms of investment, so it just wasn't viable, unfortunately. Disley Tunnel, indeed. A long Disley Tunnel. It's about 3 miles long, I think. 2 or 3 miles. It's also got the, I'll just show up there as well, it's got the actual detailing up there, so 1901. Evening, GJ. How are we doing? So yeah, plunged into darkness for a little bit now. Oh, nice one, Josh. Brilliant. Johnson MUFC 20. Good evening. Looking good and look forward to it. Great work from the team. Thank you. I'll pass that on to the developer as well, the guy that's doing all the actual main scenery work. I'll pass that on. Mayfield Station is modelled in its rundown issues, guys. You'll see that on the next stream. Out of interest, are there any plans for any future Tracing Classic routes by JT that can be shared? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Again, same like that as anything else. Once we're in a position where we can share stuff, we will do. There is bits and pieces on the horizon, though. There is stuff occurring. Not necessarily in-house though, but there is stuff. It's just us in-house, us as the in-house team, we're working on the Train Sim World project. We've just gone past another 185 there. So I was around this sort of area last week, travelled through alongside nearby, going to Crouch Tramway Museum. We actually saw a few bits and pieces off the route, and it was quite nice to see them. Saw New Mills signal box from the other side off the A6. It's still got all this scaffolding up the back of it. Plonk you in the outside view just for a moment, so you can see stuff. Short tunnel there. We got that is oh no, it won't do that. My plan there did not work. It's just literally thrown me into the cab. Albion Road tunnel, 90 yards. So you can just see over in the distance there, that line is the other line round that goes to Manchester Piccadilly. We will be doing that one on the next stream. New Mill Central is over there. How come us guys have stand with Ukraine on our Facebook and Twitter, but we don't do it with other problems? We actually do many things to do help with other things in the world that's going on. If you keep your eye out on the actual Facebook page and on the actual website over the year, there's all sorts that JT, JF are included and help out in terms of charity. Harry Hughes, thank you very much for the like. Good evening. The picturesque scenery now. We'll be Chinley shortly. Well, that article is Chinley Mega Chippy. It gets stuck in your head, that. Showing there any of tram routes for Train Sim Classic. I found a Soviet one. We've got U-Bar Frankfurt as well. Yeah, there's not many really out there. I mean, if you're into sort of trams and stuff, there is the Tram Sim. If you haven't ever dabbled in that, that's pretty decent. As a different title, it's quite fun. Trying to keep on this view actually works better. You can see a lot more. We'll just sit in the cab all the way. You can actually see how like the scenery sprawling across. Got the old sighting boards as well. Some of the bridges where the old semaphores used to be. So where the white paint was painted against on the brickwork. Chinley. Keeping it for a second. I've got AWS going to go off now. There we go. Lee McRae and also John Woodersey. Thank you for the likes over on Facebook. Good evening, guys. Countess, good evening. This route's looking spot on. I can easily recognise places on the Hope Valley scenery. It's great. So thanks to the JTC for all the hard work they deserve. They deserve it. I'm looking forward to buying this, definitely. I will pass that on to the developer who's working on the scenery for this as well, and also just pass on that in general to the team. Thank you. The box there as well. So the lines to the right would take you to onwards, like to Peak Forest, Dovehalls and all that way. Any reskins coming bundled with the route? No, we have no reskins that come in with this. We just use stock that's available. I actually travelled, so last week when we went to Christchurch Tramway, we actually came down this road, and on our way back, we got a full-on view of the viaduct, and I was like, wow, I instantly recognised them. Blow me. It was absolutely spot on when you saw that. I was like, wow, cool. So it was nice to sort of see all these areas, because I'd never been round here before, like in car and that. It was just nice to like relate to stuff that's sort of been done. And also I visited some other bits and pieces off the Midland Main Line. Like, I went to Duffield Station. We passed through the Derwent Valley as well, so saw bits and pieces of them areas. It was really nice to see. After not ever been to the areas. Something else I wanted to put in somewhere. Go to Edale Tunnel as well in a minute. The Cowburn Tunnel goes through to Edale. There was something I wanted in the chat. I can't remember where it was. I was going to keep hold of it. I've lost it. Never mind. Get another lengthy tunnel. There's Cowburn. This comes out Edale's on the other end. So the scenario in general, like end to end from Manchester to Piccadilly to Sheffield, is 55 minutes, even in just one stop. So it's still quite a lengthy run. Your typical stopper services that do end to end, like through from Piccadilly to Sheffield, take over an hour. So you've got a good lengthy run on these as well. Evening, Rob. Thank you. Very kind of you. It's these sort of comments that I'm passing these on at the minute to the dev so he sees them, because this will be spurring him on towards the end line. He's been working on this for months. He's done so much. He's put so much into this. I mean, he's done the scenery and he's done the most part of the assets as well. So we've assisted on bits and pieces, so just to help him out here and there with a few bits. Like, well, he's put the majority of all of it together. It's a massive undertaking. We're really pleased with how it's looking. It's nice to see you guys are as well. I'll say any of these comments, I'm just going to pass these on, just so that he sees them as well. Still another mile and a half to Edel. Will this run on a GTX 960? I don't see why. I used to use a GTX 970 and TS ran, which is only 10 more from the 960. I mean, I don't overly know what the 960 is. I can't say it wouldn't. I mean, it might be a bit less down on your settings maybe, but you should still be able to run it. What else have you got? What CPU? What RAM have you got? I'm slowing down for no reason here. Share it. We will be able to pass that information soon, in due course. I can't disclose yet. We have an internal date that we have planned. It's not far away. We have set an internal commitment date now, so we're all hands on deck to that. Not sharing it just yet with you, just in case anything catastrophic happens. But we'll pass more information very soon to you. It's not far. It's the old soon trademark thing. You've got to be good at using that soon trademark thing in development. You get used to using it. Stephen Smedley, good evening, thanks for the like, how are we? Can run other routes, get some GPU memory crashes with more AI stock. I mean, we've got a mixture of scenarios. I mean, we've got stuff that use AP, ATS, Steam Store content, and JT stuff as well. We've also got the default ones which use Kuju stock just to get people running, so maybe a case of try using the standard ones first. If not, try running the lower end scenarios. We'll have less requirements in your resources. But hopefully you should be alright. I can't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, make sure your driver's up to date as well if you haven't. But yeah, what else have you got? Like, what are you running other than the 960? Like CPU, RAM, and stuff like that. Gives a bit of an idea then. So this is Edel. Again, I think you'll have seen these on stream, but again, I'm just going to jump out and just show you the stations quickly as we go by. I say next stream will be a proper stopping service, so we'll stop all these. Little fact for you, this field on the right, I've stood before and took a photo of a steam loco. As you do. Oh, good photo and all. I think I lost it though on a hard drive failure, sadly. Ryzen 5, not bad. That's decent CPU. Have you got any of the other Midland Main Line routes at all, diesel mower? Do they, if you do they work alright? Have you managed to play them? Another thing you got to note on this route is you can't run to the SP signage on the speeds. You have to run to the lower speed. So SPs are stuff like your obviously sprinter speed, so we can't run to them with the 185s. I think 170s can run to the SP, I believe. I'm pretty certain I had a look on there's a website somewhere that tells you. I can't remember where it was, but I'm pretty certain the 170s can. We're heading towards Hill sidings area at the moment. Flybard, thank you very much. So I must say that Sanders Route IRL drive freight on it on most days, and it's extremely accurate, very impressive. Thank you. I shall pass that on. What freight workers do you do down here then? Are you cement? Are you stone workings? Stuff out of Tunstead or Peak Forest? There's a Dowlow working coming down here as well. Oh, we're past Dowlow actually as well. This is Earl sidings here. I think, yeah, mostly they are non-stop between there. I'm not sure if they may randomly stop occasionally at other stations, but yeah, for the most part I think they just run straight through. I'll just quickly pause here for a moment just to... I'm going to show you just a quick view over at the cement works if you haven't seen it before. So obviously the sign's there. Believe it or not, that's a fueler. There's a fueler here somewhere. So, cement branch. Just got a quick overview. I'm not sure if we'll get all the scenery now, to be fair. Oh no, there we go. There we go. If it'll load all the scenery in. There we go. So yeah, huge siding complex. So you'll have fun in and out of there with your class 20 shunting up and down. And there's a couple, I think 1 or 2 scenarios as well that feature on this part. So there's a good hour-long scenario, I think, up and down, which keeps you busy, moving various rakes or wagons around, transferring from here down to the main line and bringing other ones back. I've lost my train now. Where is it? Not my train of thoughts, but I've lost my train. There it is. So you drive a DB based in Peak Forest, mainly just limestone these days. Freightliner has the cement traffic. Was up Dowlow this morning very early. It's a lovely area to drive. Saw bits and snippets of the Dowlow line. Sort of zipped under it with the A6, so you go in and out under all the bridges. It was quite cool. Yeah, we went past Dowlow, the site there. So you can see all wagons lined up inside. This is Hope Station. Change here for Castleton and the Caverns. There's not a setting in your drivers that you can enable the fan. Can you use MSI Afterburner as a program? I've got that. I mean, I don't have an MSI graphics card, but I've got the program, and you can tweak the fans and stuff. I think in that, so that might be something to look at if you're trying to turn your fans up. Unless it doesn't allow for it, unfortunately. see for miles as well, especially on a nice clear day, as you can see. So other nice settings, if you put it on like early morning with like fog and that, you get a nice haze as well. Really nice early morning. Some really nice scenes with screenshots. It's been really nice as well to watch this progress over the months. This is Bamford. You change here for the Durwood Dams and the Lady Bower Reservoir, which is where someone watching it streamed actually mentioned to me about going to the other day, but we never got there. It was never really in the area that we were at. We ended up at Bakewell, which is somewhere over the hills. Watch the hills roll by. East Midlands Railway fan, good evening. Heading towards Hamersage now. TP Nova says, I believe the Mark 5 and 68s are doing training runs to start working on this line. Not sure if they're in service yet, but they have been doing training. And all sorts of little intricate bits of signage, posters, all unique to the station as well. It's not just generic stuff that's been put up, it's all stuff that's been found at these stations. So we'll change here for North Lees and Stanage Edge. One man living in apartments there, a few of them. Meant to be starting December. Heading towards Gwynford in a minute, and then it's into Topley Tunnel. Again, another long tunnel. There's a lot of long tunnels in this route. Which I bet's been music to the developers' ears as well. Having these long tunnels, it just means it gets a little bit further. Not having to do scenery for all these miles. Top of the mammoth work that he's already put in. Topley is the second longest on the network behind S7. There's also a nicely timed cement train there. plenty of freight opportunities with this as well. Which also, if you've got all the other Midland Main Line routes, if you, for example, to do a cement working, you could actually do a run from Earl Sidings all the way through to like sort of like Leicester way. You can do some mega running. Change here for Longshore Estate and also Padley Gorge. There's another sign as well. That's it there. The Peak National Park sign. I love that. Also, if you want to get a brew, you can just perch yourself here and just watch the trains roll by. Yeah, freight's good for me as well. I love doing a bit of freight. There's a good couple of freight scenarios that come with the route as well. Signage there as well. Again, Totley Tunnel, 1893 on there, on the coping stone. The Midland Railway crest there as well. Obviously, still a few semaphores knocking about on the route. EMR runs, yep, with the occasional 170s that knock about as well, 156s that do it paired up and that. Longside depot, we'll have that hopefully up. We'll have that on the next stream for you. That'll be shown. So the plan is on the next stream we'll be able to show everything that remains that we haven't shown, which is obviously the line that goes through like Marple and all that way around. I mean, we have shown there's been bits you have seen, but you've not seen the extent of it. Just a small bit. Can I say much about pick? Well, it's coming there, it's getting there, it's nearly done. Just a few bits and pieces to be put around it. But we'll have that on show for you next time round. Piccadilly, there is pictures on the Facebook and on the development blogs as well at JT. We did show the station model off when it was put in. It's a busy route, is the Hope Valley. Yeah, Rosehill Marple's in there as well. Is there still stuff to be worked on in the model? It's final, it's finished. Piccadilly's station's been finished for ages. Yeah, the route goes as far as Woodley, but that's mainly for this route to serve to the Bredbury Tilken. Ceiling was a bit strange. In what way? If there's any, I say if there's anything, if you have anything that you need and or have like reference wise that can maybe improve something, do pass it over. White lines for the line. Have a look. Oh, them. Those are, I don't think they're lights. They're not lights, them. They're metalwork. To do with the structure. I'm not overly sure. Do you know what they are, Benedict? Can you remember what they were when Callum was doing them? Totley box there as well. Can't even remember. It was that long. It was literally, it was like January, February when it was built. So it was a long time back now. I can't remember what it was. It's something. It's structural though. It's metalwork for the to do with the roof. Them weren't lights. Maybe a little bit bright. Maybe. I'll pass it on. We'll pass it on. Yes, this year definitely yes. The door on top is coming up. I don't think I've got the other station. There is a new station, not in yet. Benedict's made a new custom model for this, so because obviously with Sheffield Derby, this wasn't really a used station. It was more just you drive past. The building was all custom, of course, but the loft was done for platform, so we've now got an actual proper station. Yeah, I haven't. Well, it's not the old build as such. I don't have the installer, so I don't have that bit on. But next time around, when we do have the whole stuff on, I'll be up to date on installers. And it's just the way I've been installing the route. So that is currently as it still is. But there's a new version of the station. I mean, we're going to be doing a good sweep through the route just before it gets released as well, round. So any bits we may see that can be added in, like clutter bits here and there, we'll probably do that as well. So again, treat it as work in progress. It's not finished yet. Everything's subject to change. Yeah, Piccadilly is a very intense part of route. So much going on there. You've got all the lines that are converging together. You've also got obviously the depot. You've got two depots, all in the same vicinity of a huge station. But no, we took it all on board as well. So if there's anything we can do, we will look at it without breaking anything. Can you make note of the PIS board along the back of the wall there, Benedict? Just make a note of it. There's Jake's brought that up. There's something we can do there. And the white bits on the roof. No, if there's anything we can do, we'll do our best to sort. We're heading towards Sheffield now. We're not that far from the end of the run. Yeah, certainly. I'll pop the map on for you. PIS and adverts, no worries. I'll make a note of that. So there's the map. So the main part is the top part. So if I move where my mouse is, disregard anything from that way onwards. So all this is Hope Valley's extension up here. Catch you where you're enjoying it, Barry. So adverts at the top. I'll copy that picture. It's got quite a hefty length to it. It's around 50 miles or so. No, it's Benedict. Not really to do with me. I've not actually done any work on it. I've just done little bits, just the scenarios mainly. It's all down to the guy that's been doing all the scenery work. Never. I don't. Hello, Az. Yeah, we're all good, thank you. How are you? Benedict's done stuff as well. Benedict's also done the QDs. He's done some track fixes as well recently. Actually, for tonight as well, he's done some super elevation fixes tonight for tonight's stream. Which I actually have not seen any jankiness in the curves, which is good. That's good. Yeah, Benedict will be taking care of remaining OHL stuff as well, like in placement and making sure that's correct for the release. I'll go through that with a fine tooth comb. Get that right? Two. Can't speak. No, it's all good stuff. Nothing in my way, is there? I'm tired. I thought I'd fix them signals. For 1B for this as well. Is there any further questions before we tie things up and finish? Fire them in. Because this is what we're doing this evening. We haven't got anything further to go with tonight. We can do. We can have a quick sneaky preview if anybody would like to have a quick look at it. Hello, Concrete, no worries at all. Yeah, loads for you to catch up on. But yeah, I'll go on. We'll show it quickly. Just a quick sneaky peek. Do know it isn't quite finished yet. Thank you for the sub. I can't read that out. Unfortunately, not been horrible. I can't read that out. But thank you very much for the follow. Good evening. Over on YouTube as well, that is. Oh, coming in from the other junction. They are, Prof. Just because you're here, I thought I'd show you that. You were the one that raised it. Benedict sorted that out. He had tracks, we changed it to a different track. That's how we've got. Has Sheffield changed? No, nothing's changed at Sheffield. I think potentially there might be some stuff changing down the line before the release. I think Benedict's on about changing a few bits. I think there's a few bits that potentially may be changing. Maybe some buildings here and there may change around this section up to Door and Totley, just to bring it up to speed. But other than that, for the most part, no. Some signals have been fixed around Sheffield, although I just have to tab one I did fix for some strange reason. I'll have to take a look at that. Great work, driver. Time for a brew. We'll just quickly zip into Piccadilly. Just one moment. I'll just pop the other screen on a second just while I do this. Right, I'm back. Just before we do this, if anyone's into the Dutch stuff, have a look over here at JT's website. There's a half price sale on all Chris Trained products. That's running until the 5th of September. So if you're into all that stuff, go and have a look. If there's anything you haven't got, grab a bargain. Some really, really decently priced add-ons there on the half price sale. Right, Piccadilly. Just 1 second. I had my third rails running when I did that snow just to get some mileage in. As you do. If anyone uses it, you know what it is. Alright. So yeah, Mayfield is here. So again, please note this is work in progress. We'll just give you a quick look around. You'll see this properly on our next stream. So yeah, there's still bits to be done. It is coming along though. So no wires in here yet. Those are still to be done. We've got oil drip pans in them as well. Those are just assets plonked into the track as well. The nice, cool little feature. So that is that. Network Rail Square 1. Obviously, Sheffield Derby will need an upgrade with the other MML add-ons. Right, so basically there'll be a service pack for Sheffield to Derby. The other add-ons won't have any service packs at the moment, so the only service pack that we'll be releasing is Sheffield Derby, which contains all the track stuff, so you need to have that installed to get the track for this, any signals of course, and all that sort of stuff, any track link items basically. And then everything else comes through Hope Valley. Let's do a quick fly down to Hardwick. I'm not going to show you Longsight tonight because Longsight still has a lot to be done around it. There's loads of detail going on here. Got drivable depot as well. So I'm not overly sure what else is potentially coming in for the skyline of Manchester. I know a few things recently came and arrived on our latest build. Got some bits over there as well. Some of that lot as well. Not really sure if there's any more bigger buildings. There probably may well be still. But yeah. 195 and 331 would be lovely to see, definitely. I very much agree on that one. It'd be very helpful for other routes as well. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I'm not going to show you any more because that'll come next time round on our next stream. So we'll inform you when all that's going to be. When we have further information towards the release, we'll give you that as well. It's not far off now, guys, as you can probably imagine by just looking at what's sort of left here. Just bits really now to fill in. It's getting there. But yeah, there we go. So thank you very much for watching. Again, if you have any last questions before I go, fire them away now. I'll give you a couple of moments just before I close things up and end the stream. Cheers as well there, Nigel. Good evening as well, Whitemead. Thank you, Conqueror. No, thank you. I've passed over some of the comments out of the stream this evening through to the developer as well and to the team, so those are there. I'm sure he'll read those and it'll spur him on to finish the last bits. Keep the momentum, morale going. He's worked very hard on this, as you can see. Anyway, right, as there's no more questions popping up on the chat from what I can see there, I shall end it there. And also, Graham Doe, thank you for the like. Good evening at the just at the end there. Thank you. It's been a good one. I've enjoyed it, and it's been nice to show you some more new stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed. Take it easy. We'll let you know for the next one. Over on obviously the Facebook and stuff. Nearer the time. There may well be some more in development shots at some point very soon. I'm sure we can sort some out there from bits we haven't posted just yet. So keep your eye out. I'm sure Scott will look forward to those. He always likes a good screenshot. But yeah, thank you. I'm going to leave it there. Take it easy, guys. See you very soon, and bye for now.